The truth that Christ is King affects me every day, and I don't think that I could function or get out of bed without it.
Christ the King for me means that if he is king, I am not. And there's a reason to submit to his lordship, because he always has our best interests at heart, and he tells us how to live that will bring him the most glory too.
Jesus as king in my life, obviously, perhaps for me the big thing is kind of a sense throughout the day that Jesus' presence is right there, and just understanding that, just out of a sense of worship, that I need to do what's right. I should obey, not so that I look good or so that I am an exceptional Christian, as much as because it glorifies him.
Christ is the King of my life, in that I give total obedience to him. I can't do it on my own. I can't do it by my own works. And I know a lot of people think they can get closer to God and feel his presence more if they try harder, if they do good things. But I tried that and it doesn't work. Trying to be good, or this time I'm really going to do it. It never satisfies.
It's just so wonderful to be able to rely on him for everything that we need, and it just goes to show what an amazing God he really is.
If he's king, then that means he's the ruler over me, and he takes good care of me, so I need to do what he says to do.
We need to submit ourselves each and every day to God's will, to be in the scriptures, to be praying and seeking his will, not our own. Because when we do our own will, we just make a mess of things.
When we look at the direction that our country is headed, to know that Jesus is my King it's such a hope and such a promise of what's to come in the future.
Yes, he is my brother, yes, he is my friend, but he's also King and Lord of the universe, and as a result he deserves my obedience, he deserves my worship.
You see in movies a lot people saying control your own destiny and change your own fate, and you're just like, what does that even mean? Because without God in the picture, you're not going to get what the world wants to get. The world wants happiness, they want prosperity, they want satisfaction, but if God is all of that, if he's not first place in your life, you're not going to have it.
Only through his name can we have eternal life. And we celebrate that on Christmas, that Christ came into the earth to die for us. That was his purpose, not just to be a good teacher or a prophet, but to save us from sin. And he's the only way.
We can serve him as our King. We should serve him as our King. And it just ties really well with what we've been learning about service, and it stems from our heart because he's done so much for us. He's secured eternity for us, and this time of year really reminds us that he came to earth to do that, and it humbles us, and it's a wonderful thing to think about serving our King now and for eternity.
In Isaiah 9, it talks about how the government will be on his shoulders, and it'll be that one of peace, and that it will be forevermore. And so it's the joy of my life. That is the joy.